Welcome to Next Topic Podcast, where the only rule is to stay on topic and no topic is off limits. Today is July the 21st. This is episode number 30, next challenge number 4. And for this, my name's Lo.
My name is Shad.
I'm Cam.
This is Bell.
And for today's challenge, we are playing Debatable. So, Roshad, go ahead and let the rest of the panel know what Debatables is and our audience as well.
Yes, so we are going to play Debatable for this next challenge. So basically, this is a game where you can find on Amazon or mindmade.com. And basically, it's a game for people who like to argue, aka this panel.
Lauren.
Yeah, you got that right.
We arguing about arguing. So basically, like the gist of this game is they have select cards where you can like select one category or topic to debate about, and you figure out who wins. But today, since we are virtual, we can't play live and in person. So you know me, I just changed the rules up a little bit, and we're just gonna play by my rules, okay? So today we are going to debate about topics I have pre-selected, with the gallery, of course, so we can sit down and talk about a variety of different things in a short time span. So with each topic, we're going to spend just a couple minutes debating each of them. Then we're just going to move on and see what's popping. Y'all ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a choice.
I am locked and loaded.
Right. Okay. So we're going to kind of start off kind of easy, hopefully, then move on to some more other topics. But the first one is, are the movies really a good place for a first date?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Why is it a good first place for a first date, Lauren?
Because that's where Dustin and I had our first date, and here we are 7 years later. But here's the thing. It's not just the movie itself. You need to have a whole date around it.
Question.
Like if you just go to the movies, but like you should be talking about the movie afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can start to get into some deeper conversation. People go to the movies and be like, "All right, that was great. See ya." You're not gonna talk. That's a good first date.
What if the movie's not really worth talking like that? It was a boring movie.
Okay, you can talk about what you didn't like about it.
Okay.
So Cameron,
for how long though?
Yeah, Bill, y'all feel like the movie's not a good first date. Why not?
No, hell no. You sitting there, mind you just now meeting this person. It's y'all first time really being together, and y'all sitting next to each other, thinking in your head like, "Fuck, what should I do? I'm watching this movie, but I'm on this date." You're not talking to this person, getting to know this person. No, you just sitting there like this for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You get to learn a lot about their sense of humor. You get to learn about how they.
Fuck all that. Hell nah. It's a terrible first date.
There's no conversation to be had throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You shouldn't be having a conversation. It's the movie.
You better not talk during a movie because I fucking hate that. I hate when people talk during a movie.
But and they might have an ugly laugh throughout the movie. You'd be like, "Oh."
Well, you're learning now.
Hell no.
Roshad, do you like the movies?
I think for like historical reasons, like a movie is like, oh, that's cute. That's a cute first date. It's very high school-ish to me. But but as you get older, I'm just like a movie, like, I want to talk. I'm a talker. So and I talk about movies too. So I give 2 fucks.
You do.
Don't do that.
You one of those.
Right. Especially if the movie ain't popping, I can make a movie pop. So I think I'd rather like talk first, and then, I gotta get to know you. And us watching the movie isn't get a chance for us to get to know each other. But I think what you're saying, Lauren.
Okay,
yeah, I know.
thank
you. You can like go because now she's in a relationship after that first date.
Whoop-de-doo. No, here's but like I said,
it's a dinner and a movie.
It can't just dinner and a movie. There you go.
But the question was movie, not dinner and movie.
I agree.
But you could do anything, and it can be like, not just that thing. You want to do that plus something. Like,
what if y'all schedule a match? What if y'all schedule a match for a late movie, like a movie that starts at 10 p.m. and that's
Should've
it?
went to
There's
dinner
no
first.
restaurants open after.
No,
You
that's
should have went to
not.
dinner first.
First, exactly.
That wasn't the question. Stop adding shit, Lauren.
I'm not adding anything.
We did at a dinner.
You did add dinner. You added a
Okay.
whole event.
Yeah, a whole event. She said, let's go to the petting zoo before we go there.
Right. The fuck?
My
No.
point is, no matter what
Wrong.
you do, you should be having good conversation around it. So whether you go to, people can go to dinner and not
Next.
talk.
That's
Next.
crazy.
Next.
I mean, you could talk, but not be talking about nothing of, value and substance.
Speaking of next topic, speaking of dinner and a movie, should children be banned from entering restaurants?
No.
It depends
At
on the
this time?
restaurant.
What?
I agree.
It depends on the restaurant.
Banned from going to a restaurant?
Yes,
No. Why?
because
What?
they cause a stir. I think children should be banned from a lot of places, but I do like certain movies. It should be like certain movie times where like kids shouldn't be able to go into. Especially more restaurants that some can't remember when with Dad and Roy to like A5 restaurant. Like I don't think it should be. Is it A5?
Yeah, it was 5A5.
5A5. I don't think a 2-year-old should be in
Yeah.
there.
Because I can see that because that was like a more intimate setting. That was for sure.
That's
like
why I said it depends on the restaurant.
Style of restaurant for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Only reason I disagree is because that would be cutting off a lot of their money. Because there's a lot of parents that take families to go to eat and take their kids and shit like that. I can see if it was a time cutoff, sure, but like to just ban kids, period, from the restaurant, hell no, that's crazy.
I know. Based on the question, it's like all or nothing type thing.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Because kids need to go to restaurants to like learn how to behave in them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's why you start off with Chuck E. Cheese and you don't go to 5A5 restaurant. So,
but cheese ain't really a learning experience either. That's like a fucking zoo.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, but you do got to eat the pizza at a certain time. So like sit down, eat your pizza, be still, and once you're done, you can go back and play. And that's what you learn how to act at a restaurant. You can tell when kids haven't been to restaurants before. You'd be like, "Did your pizza come outside, girl?"
Yeah.
But we can't talk. None of us got no kids.
We don't.
We don't. So let's leave the
Yeah, I probably would feel differently if I had kids. Like, no, I want to go on date night with my man at a nice restaurant. We're gonna have to bring this baby with us. If we don't have, because a lot of people don't have babysitters.
What was you about to say? We got to bring this what? Because you added baby real late.
Yeah, she said it real late. I should say this thing.
She's gonna say we gonna have to bring this thing. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Is it possible to still be friends with your ex?
This is a good question.
Yes.
Good question.
I think, are you in a relationship
no.
while you're friends with this ex, or are you single and friends with this ex?
Doesn't matter.
Both.
Yeah, I feel like it matters.
It doesn't.
I think you can be.
I could see
My
why
whole
you're
thing
saying
is
it
like you want
matters.
to. I say it matters because it matters how your partner feels. If they're not comfortable with you being friends with your ex, then it's like, you get what I'm saying?
That's a little
And that's a whole nother topic. That means they don't trust you.
That means you're gonna have two exes.
Yeah,
it's not that necessarily that they don't trust you. They just, it's like, what's the reason? What's the reason for keeping them around?
Because you're good friends. Like I'm friends with my ex right now, and I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, so like for some people.
You said what?
Do y'all like communicate as far as like text, like happy birthday text only, or is it like
me and my ex?
Yeah.
We have like conversations here and there. Yeah.
I would not be comfortable with that.
Why?
Yeah, same.
I wouldn't be comfortable with.
What do you need to talk to her about that you can't talk to me about? Like,
you're not my
that
friend.
Friendship and everything is over. It's done.
Oh no, I disagree.
Yeah, what?
I will have a problem with like if like me and Lauren friends and what we talk and communicate. I will have a problem with that.
Oh no, it's
that's
not
what
like
I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah, but this is different. I think like they just talk to each other ever so often.
Right?
They're not like hanging out. Then she's not, stopping by.
So when I hear friendship, I think friendship, Roshan, like
Yeah.
a friendship, like what
Well,
you doing, laughing, this, da 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 da, sending memes and
it's
carrying
different
on.
levels to friendship, though.
That's best friendship. That's different.
Because Lauren was like, I'm coming over. See, your ex came to you like, I'm on my way.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I'll say it depends if your ex has truly moved on or if you've truly moved on and it's like evident y'all moved on. Because sometimes people linger around and it's like, and under the name of a friendship, and it's just like they haven't moved on and it's easy to get back to those feelings. So if you haven't completely moved on, don't have a relationship. Like just cut it off. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it is a conversation that you guys should have. I think it depends on the way the previous relationship ended. I think is key to that, like with the cheating involved, domestic abuse, like the whole like shebang. And then it depends on like your current relationship and how secure you guys feel in that. So I think it depends on.
I agree.
Oh, that's a nice little summary wrap up, huh? This one for Abel. This next question for Abel. Should 5 years of living together be mandatory before getting married?
5 years living together? Oh, for sure. Living together?
Oh, Belle, you're how old right now?
I'm 20. I'm about to be 25 in a month.
Okay, so let's say you don't find the one until you're like 30. You're gonna wait 5 years of living with them until you're 35 to get married?
That's gonna be different. That's gonna be different.
Why?
I feel like because I might, because I have a big I don't a trust thing. Like I really gotta trust you for me to. You said marriage, right?
Yes.
5 years.
If you don't trust them after 2,
right? Which means y'all could be dating at 30, and then get in a relationship at 31, and then decide to move in with each other at 32, which means you have to wait till 37.
No. Okay. So I would say this then. As long as I'm dating that individual like a good amount of years, I would say it could be like 2 years of living together or like 3 years. It doesn't have to be 5.
So the answer to the question is no.
No, got you. No.
I do think though people should live together.
I think they should live together for sure. At least a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Yeah, because people get married, and they're like, oh, we never lived together. Then you get commingled into those spaces. And then
it is different.
Yeah, it hit way different.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like you that much.
He's like, I never knew you was this dirty. No, I'm playing.
No, that's a thing. Like some people, like they don't have the same sort of.
Everywhere. I hate the hair in the shower shit. Like, come on, it take 2 seconds to rinse your hair off the walls and off the tub floor. Like, I hate that.
I hate it too.
You sound like.
Everybody got their things about. It'd be
They
something
do.
the
The toilet seat, all that stuff.
Let's not get
off.
into the
But
toilet seat.
we have an understanding.
Get over the toilet, my nigga.
Get over. Move
Never
past
getting
the
over
toilet.
Shit.
Put that down.
You'll
Put
be
it
okay.
down.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And flush it.
Okay, that's different.
No, y'all will go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, leave the toilet seat up and everything, and just go on about your business. Get right back in the bed.
Still, but I'm a flush and wash my hands still. Just because
I've walked in plenty of bathrooms with urine just sitting in it.
Damn.
Oh.
You men do that with the toilet seat up.
Women leave pee in a toilet too.
You men.
No, we
Y'all,
don't.
women's bathrooms be nasty.
Nasty.
Oh, me.
Hell.
Whose bathroom?
Women's
bathroom, especially in public. Y'all bathroom be way worse than ours.
I'm like, how's it
Okay,
on the floor?
the public restrooms are gross.
Like that don't make sense.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't. And I think a lot of it is because like in public bathrooms, a lot of women don't want to sit down. Like they just automatically assume it's dirty. So then everyone starts squatting, and when you're squatting, stuff goes everywhere.
That's it.
So it's a fucking sprinkler system down there. The shit just.
But if everyone just used the toilet seat covers and sat down, it would be clean. But now it's nasty because everyone want to squat and use their foot to flush the toilet. Like, yeah, it's dirty.
You women are filthy.
No, not you women.
Well, she said you men. Y'all all do
I
it.
can say that.
Oh, you know, totem pole.
Yeah. Next.
Right. Is money more important than love?
In what
No.
context?
Which one you
Just
think
in
of?
life in general.
I guess if you think of like how you want your life to be.
Like if we think of like survival,
I guess then money will be more important.
because like so for some people they can't survive without love. Some people, and
That'd be
obviously,
okay.
we, well,
You can't eat
you
without
feel
money.
that way. Hey, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let y'all answer this question first.
I'm gonna say no.
I knew you were gonna say no, man.
Money.
Bell loves love.
All right.
Yeah.
Ain't got nobody to love.
Oh,
Cameron, that was mean.
Hey, I knew you was gonna
You
say
don't know
something
who
too.
he's got. He
you
might
know,
have
Me?
someone.
I bet we frolicking
Yeah.
across the bay all the time. He's going somewhere doing stuff.
That's why he
You
was late
feel
to this
me?
call.
He was late today. He's talking to his family. Please, he booed
Right.
up, rolling over.
Yo, y'all hella funny. But the reason I say that is because you can lose it. Oh, you can lose money.
You can
You
lose
can
love.
lose love.
Fact. But
You in facts.
yeah.
Not like
But
true.
I was
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm like, you can make or lose money, but and yeah, you could lose love too, I guess. But I feel like everybody lives for that. Like deep down inside, everybody do want to be happy and find somebody they love and stuff like that.
That's something I would agree with. Like everyone like wants to like or experience love, like one in their life. But I wouldn't say like everybody like wants to be rich.
Fact. Cameron is like, I want to be rich.
I know we all like who like want to be rich, but like
I think we all want to
be
have
loved. Have a love.
enough to be able to experience all that life has to offer, which includes love. So I think that's like where it like
I was
it
about
kind
to
of
say
stops
money.
with the
I
money.
really thought you was about to say money when you in this
Really?
Like when you say experience everything that life has to offer, I'm thinking of like those experiences that money can give you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Money affords you the time and the freedom to like go and enjoy life. But
necessarily the
it
time.
I feel like, well, not necessarily, but I'm saying
Mhm.
like if you have a lot of money, you can retire and you can really enjoy and live life if you're very wealthy, right? So my point is though, a lot of times people work or like try to get the money so that they can actually live the life. So I think if we didn't have to like play into like the way society is today, most people would say that the love and other things are like the most important. So
Come on, Cam. Let's roll this out. Come on, Pumpkin.
I'm gonna have to say money.
Cameron's like money, money, money.
Not even just like money, but like I'm not gonna say I grew up hella poor or poor at all. Like I'm very fortunate, but I also have luxuries that I wasn't able to afford because of how I live and where I came from, and I want to be able to live that lifestyle that I see for myself. You can ask for a shot. I'm bougie as fuck.
But do you feel like you missed out on some stuff? Or your life is like incomplete without it?
Not incomplete,
Or
but
do you feel like your life will be incomplete without the love?
no.
Oh.
Oh. So it's like you don't need neither one then. Because your life will be complete without the money or the love.
I mean, at this point, I'm fine with how I live my life. Like I don't need either one.
You're doing both.
What do you mean?
You're making some money and you in a relationship.
Get him, Rashad.
So, like I said, money.
Because you're in a relationship, that's why.
Money.
Because you already reached one goal, so now you're going for the other one.
But I mean, even before that, my thing, like I'm super driven by building my career and getting money and creating generational wealth for me and my family and what I leave behind. Like that's always.
But
been
see how you say like family and stuff. So like for me,
when I say family, I mean Rashad, Roy, my dad, my mom, my little brother.
Oh,
Tyler,
okay.
My friends that I bring up with.
Okay, I got you.
That's what I mean. Like, because for the longest time, I didn't think about having kids. Like Cameron, kids? No, hell no. I could barely take care of myself.
See, I think about my family that I have today, but I also think about wanting to have a family
Oh,
and
I was thinking
nurturing
about
that.
love
So
now.
like that's what love is, you know, a partnership, right? But then also the kids and everything else that comes with it. That to me is more important than money. Of course, I need the money to be able to sustain that, but yeah. Next question.
Right. Oh. Is sexual orientation a choice?
No.
Wait, say it again.
Is sexual orientation a choice?
I think you have to break it down for me a little bit.
Is being gay a choice?
Right.
Are people born that way, or do they choose to be that
okay.
way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say no.
Well, I know from experience.
I mean, I would say we all know from experience, because when you
Right.
growing up, and you be like, "Ooh, I like this person. I'm attracted to this person." You didn't make that choice. It just
Damn,
happened.
that's actually
Right.
a good way
People
to put it.
only
Yep.
think of it like in
the
context of
gay
like gay people. Like, yeah,
Right.
did they choose or not? Did we choose?
Right. That's what I tell people, because people like, oh, because a lot of people have told me before, like, oh, you know, being gay is like a choice or whatever. I'm like, no, people are born this way. They're like, no, they're not. There were people that, oh, it's like something happened to them in their younger years that like made them gay, or like they just like chose to be gay. And I'm like, well, did you
Right.
choose to be
be
straight? Did you
straight?
like wake up one day and be like, I like this man or like this woman? I'm like, it just
Right.
like happened for you. I'm like, it's the same way
Same
for like
thing.
for gay people. And I'm like, and I'll be like, who would choose to be gay? Like it's just, I'm like, it's just so much other shit to deal with
Right.
that comes on with it. Like you're like, I want to choose the harder way in life for myself. I want to struggle.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, who would do?
People that don't understand that confuse me. Like, even when you put
Right.
it in terms of their lifestyle, like, you didn't choose to be straight. You seen somebody and you were attracted, but that doesn't click to them. That it's like,
That's
oh,
because
well,
they really think like they think something's wrong with
They did something
gay
wrong with you.
people.
They was like, everyone's
And
supposed to
yeah,
be this way. So like, if
Yeah.
you're not this way, you chose not to be.
and there's
Right.
like a religious foundation, like thinking on like
Yes.
religious foundations too, which is like really hard to like even argue against because it's so embedded. So it's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
that's
that's
it.
Yeah.
it that you bring that up, especially because I know in like a lot of African cultures, that shit is looked down
Yeah.
upon, or not even like acknowledged.
Yeah, for sure. Like people would say, oh yeah, people would say a lot of things that would be ignorant as far as like they won't acknowledge it. Basically, it's like it's trained. Like you probably watch a lot of TV shows from when you were young that influenced you to be this way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wish I watched some TV shows that influenced me. I'm like, it was hard to find them. It wasn't that many gay people on TV when I was little.
Yeah.
And I found Marco from Degrassi. I'm like, okay, that's me.
Oh,
It's like really one of the first
I
gay people
love
I seen on
Degrassi.
TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is pornography creating unrealistic expectations of sex?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it can, but like it sounds weird. Like, is it creating like as though pornography is like at the forefront of everyone's lives? You know what I'm saying? Is it creating like it's one thing to say is daytime television
Yo.
is daytime television creating such and such, right?
Well, people
But
say about like, video games creating like such and such.
Yeah.
yeah, that's at the forefront of a lot. Well, I guess okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I think it is
sure.
for sure.
how so?
So do y'all have
I
unrealistic expectations? Because y'all like, hell yeah.
I used
Go
to.
ahead.
No, not
Right.
like that way. You
I
said what?
for sure used to. Hell yeah, I used to. I used to watch porn a lot. Let's be real. I was in the military for 4 years in my room by myself. I had a lot of time to watch porn.
That's
There's
fair.
nothing else to do. So like constantly watching that, it kind of shapes your expectations for a sexual encounter. So when you get to that point, and
Like, this is not like the
one,
movie.
to most people, you like it's a good sexual encounter, but to me, it was like, well, what the fuck was this? This wasn't what I just saw on Pornhub. Like, this was 15 minutes. We gotta keep going.
Yo, but a documentary that I watched. It said for a lot of teenagers, like porn websites are their first sex ed. Like,
Yeah, that's true for
it's
a lot of
sad,
people.
but it is.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
So
that
it's
is
like you're
really
really learning about what sex is through pornography. So that's your expectations already.
But porn can be a great teacher.
Yeah,
A great teacher.
Right.
I guess
do-
if you're trying to explore new things, go
Right.
ahead, Rosha.
Yeah, I do think it creates like unrealistic expectations because a lot of people. I know a lot of people like have watched porn before they had like a sexual experience. Like whether it's like you just stumble upon it, you just seen it. So like what you think sex supposed to be like stems from there. Of course, it changes like when it really happens, but it's like as like far as men goes, like straight relationships or gay ones, it's like women like this based on like what I've seen in porn, and like girls like I expect.
And that's a problem.
It is, and that's
a
the
huge
problem. Right.
Yeah.
And like, I expect, penises to be this big all the time. And they're not. Right. I'm like, because, it's a medium that people use to like, have sexual satisfaction. So of course, everything is going to be bigger, better, and there's a production. Like all bodies don't look like that. All people don't look like that. So when you see it, you're expecting it to, be this 35-minute video of just back and forth. And it's not popping like that. So I do think like when people especially watch at a young age, it creates like these unrealistic expectations like up front. But I think it dwindles once you start experience it. Like with anything, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my charger. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ouch, my legs.
Old ass lady.
I was just gonna say that.
Okay, continue.
Oh, girl, we'll chop you up.
In a
Keep
heartbeat.
going.
Okay.
Ask your feet.
Okay,
Ashley,
you don't need to comment on.
God damn.
Y'all wasn't supposed to see that happening.
Mastika.
Them great. God damn.
Don't worry, I'm gonna lotion them before I put some socks on in my shoes.
Is it okay for a man to hit a woman if she hits him first?
No.
No, I'm playing. Is it self-defense? Like, is he trying to get it?
Look, I don't got asterisks on these back of these questions.
It was hit and then hit.
So I am not an advocate of domestic violence, as
However,
but I've had conversations with my mother, just to help me feel better about like the situation. So it's like if I'm telling you don't do this, don't hit me, I'm not trying to do it, and you keep hitting me, there's a certain line to where if you keep going, at some point I have to protect myself, and I'm going to hit you back. Because at this point, you're just going to keep going, and I'm not just going to keep taking this. So I might have to punch you one time in the face for you to understand. Back the fuck up.
Yeah, whoa, punch in the face?
For real. Because
I
if
think
you
there's ways to restrain or remove yourself from the situation.
There's a time and a place.
There is like if someone's really trying to like she's trying to run you over with the car, she's like got a knife or something. Yes.
No, that's different. No. That you run me over with a car, like I might have to shoot you. But if you like, I've seen instances where people are outside the club and this girl is keep swinging and keep swinging and keep swinging. He has every right to punch her.
Walk off.
You can't.
Tell her to walk off.
No, I know. I'm not condoning any violence, but I'm saying
you're saying unrealistic things as well.
Like
if I turn my
walking
back,
off is unrealistic.
Away, listen, if I turn around and walk away, you're gonna keep hitting me in the back of my head. That's not gonna happen. You don't turn your back on waves or fights. Don't.
You're not gonna run.
Right. So no. So you gonna keep coming? I'm gonna come too. I'm gonna hit you one time for you to realize you need to back the fuck up. And if not, then I'm really gonna have to put you to sleep.
My take on this is like what I always say is like I don't condone violence in either direction. And women, like if you're hitting a man, yes, I think you can expect that some people will respond to you with your violence with violence, and like you should be expecting that. However, I still don't think it's
Got you.
As a
I don't think
man,
it
he's
justifies
big
a
in
man.
everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I still don't think it justifies
Yeah,
I do
I'll
think
get
more
layer up
often than
now.
not you have an avenue to distance yourself and get away from it.
I think like especially in this day and age, and I know like my aunts and my mom, they all like raising like boys. And if I ask them this question, they would be like, lay that bitch out. And I know they would. I'm like, and they women and they come from experiences. They be like, girls gonna keep doing whatever you allow them to do, which is like anybody. You gotta teach people how to be in relationship with you. Right. So if I ask them, they'd be like, if she hitting you, hit her back.
Yeah.
But as Lauren said, with the asterisk around this, violence is never okay.
Right.
But sometimes I don't feel like hitting someone back. That doesn't really teach them how to treat you. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times you teach people how to treat you based off how you treat them and interact with them. Like she has some issues of her own that tells her it's okay to be hitting on you. Like, and
she
so
was beat up by her mama and her daddy was.
That's what I'm saying. There's clearly a lot of violence in her household and her life. So like you hitting her back doesn't like teaching someone like, oh, hit them back after if they keep hitting you, like doesn't really say.
Yeah, and that works. That works for some people. That works for some people. That works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. So just like you said, you teach people by walking away. Some people you got to teach by rocking their ass.
Okay, Cameron. English choice.
I'm just saying, like,
the words he chooses, hella funny.
I'm just saying, because like growing up, my dad told me and Roshad, like I used to beat Roshad up all the time until he finally hit me back and I stopped. It worked. You feel
I
me?
don't know about that. Me and my brother, we fought.
It worked.
It did work.
I don't do nothing to Roshad no more.
And that was 20 plus years ago.
Right. So it works. And some
That's
women.
Next question.
I think we can do one more before we wrap up. Let's see. Where do we want to go? I think we can argue about this in a little bit. Do we really need different bathrooms for men and women?
Public?
Yes.
Restroom?
Yeah, it gotta be public. Ain't your house? It's all the same.
Yes, I would say yes. Actually, yes,
I'll say
because
no.
I can't imagine.
Why?
Really?
Because I don't like. My thing is like if I use my rational mind, and I understand everyone don't have one. We're going to the bathroom for a specific thing, and that is to use it and get out. I'm like, use the bathroom and go about your business.
Yes, but a lot of people check themselves in the, and straighten themselves up in the mirror.
What does that mean? What did that entail? I don't understand what that means. Why you can't put your earring back in your ear?
No, it's not just putting your earring back in. People are checking for boogers and all kind of stuff. And most people are comfortable doing that in front of people who look like them. So, i.e. women are comfortable doing that in front of women, putting their lipstick on, whatever, fixing themselves up. Maybe they have little chats about the man in their office. Who knows? For those reasons, like it's like almost like a little safe haven. Women, we also have to tend to our womanly duties. So like we menstruate and all those things. So for those reasons, I would say hell no. Like I wouldn't want to be changing my tampon in a bathroom where I know men are in who don't understand fully how women's bodies.
And that's probably why they don't understand it fully. Because it's a
no,
secret.
You don't need to be in a damn bathroom with me watching YouTube.
No, because it was on Instagram. It was like a challenge or something, and dudes was like, "Oh, like can women like pee with a pad on or something like that?" And the boyfriends didn't understand like how pads like work and stuff like that. They didn't understand like the pad.
I'm sorry, that's real dumb.
But how is it dumb? Like if you never have a chance, or women, no one ever tells you.
Everyone has internet.
You can't be expected to know what it is or what it does.
It's so secret. Women do all the stuff behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I Google that?
Because you want to know.
But if
why wouldn't I just talk to a woman in my?
I think.
Okay, you can talk to us. You don't got to be in the bathroom with us.
I just think it's taboo.
I said no because
it needs to be separated.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking was like when you go to clubs and people really be drunk going to the restrooms, I can't imagine the same restroom. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how people gonna act. So that's what I was thinking for safety reasons. But for everything else, I think I wasn't thinking about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that comes to mind as well. Like, I don't want no grown men in the bathroom when I have my little girl in there. Like, no. And y'all be at urinals? Hell no. If there was just stalls, like, and everyone had their own little stall, fine.
We have
like,
stalls too.
No, I know you have stalls, but I'm saying, like, it can't be a hybrid of the men's restroom we know now with the women's, like.
Actually.
Like, to me, like, I don't mind. Like, if I, like a penis and a vagina, to me, is not always a sexual thing. It's
not, but the world we live in,
it was created like that because,
especially
like,
women's
like
bodies.
sex is like so like taboo. So like, if you open at that door, it don't like see like breast has always been a sexual thing. It's a vessel to like feed, babies.
I agree with that.
I know, and also, okay, we agree with that, and that's fine. But in the children, I'm like, your 3-year-old daughter might see a penis, she'll be okay. Daddy, what is that? It's a penis, baby, and men have them. Come in this stall and sit down and pee. That's like my thing.
The only way to make change is to normalize these situations, to put people in these situations, to make it something that we're used to. That's the only way to create true change.
So we should be out on the street walking around with our titties and our dicks out.
Some countries it's okay and they don't care. Yeah.
So what's the issue?
No, I'm asking, should we be doing that here in America?
So to
it's a different question.
Because you guys
No, listen, to go with that, I think women should be able to, because if men can walk around with no shirt on, women should be able to as well. It's the same thing.
So there's a lot of reasons we don't walk around shirtless. I mean, we have titties and we need to support them.
You said what?
We have titties and we need to support them. That's one reason why a lot of people probably don't walk around shirtless or without a bra.
But a lot of women can
yeah, sure. Some people want to free the nipple or whatever.
Right.
Like, women should be able to breastfeed in public without being, scrutinized for it.
Absolutely. But the only way to do that is to actually do it and get away from your way of thinking, because you're so, let's keep it separate because this and this. You got to normalize it.
Normalize going to the bathroom together. Y'all are tripping right now. I'm sorry, I'm not about to let that go. Like, I don't think men should be in the restroom with women, period. For a lot of the reasons that I
But you think women should be in the restroom with men?
I agree with you.
Right. Because you make a man seem like the evil bad person, the way you phrase that.
Sure. I am making it seem that way, and that's totally. I'm comfortable with that, because when we think of people being assaulted in restrooms or things like that, you're not thinking about women assaulting men. I'm not saying that men can't be assaulted, but yeah, I feel comfortable with saying that. No, I don't think men should be in the restroom with women, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, wow. And the other reason I say that the bathroom.
I'm not saying it's all men, so.
I know, we're not saying all women are angels either. But what I'm saying is, also, like, when we talk about, like, trans people and, like, transgender people, like, what restrooms they should go to, it's like if all restrooms are open, like, that wouldn't even be, like, a topic of discussion. Like, certain groups of people feel uncomfortable about, like, going to restrooms and things like that, too.
But my thing is, you should be able to go to whatever bathroom you identify with, whether you are trans or not. So, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. But if you identify as woman or female, you could go into whatever bathroom you want. If you want to go into the one based off what's in between your pants, fine. But if you want to go into the restroom, I'm saying people oftentimes they'll say like, oh, trans, let's say trans from male to female, right? Let's say. Mm-hmm. So so they're a trans woman. Mm-hmm. People assume they can't go into the bathroom with women because they are a man. I don't agree with that, because they were born.
If I wake up,
if they're trans,
I wake up and choose to identify as a woman.
See, but that's different, Cam. Remember how we were talking about sexual? I feel like with gender as well, people don't just choose it.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
If I wake up and it just something comes over me and I feel like I should be a woman.
He's been feeling like this his whole life, but today he made it.
My whole life, and I finally
thank you for saying that, because I'm like,
and I just want to I feel comfortable enough to come out with it.
Yes.
And I want to start my process of turning into what I feel like I should have been born as.
Transitioning.
It's okay for me it's okay for me to walk into the women's bathroom the way I
Yes,
look right now because I'm just now starting my transition.
that's fine. I mean, a lot of people might live their life out looking like you, Cameron. Not
That's
everyone
so
that has
interesting,
is
Lauren.
afforded.
So my thing is, you said that's fine. I walk in there looking like this, and everybody thinks I'm a man, but I'm not telling them I'm working on my transition. They're just automatically assuming, oh,
I
he's a
don't think you
man.
need to
But
tell
with those
everybody.
open bathrooms, you get rid of all that.
That's
That's
fine.
tricky.
But I still don't think men generally should be in the bathroom with women. You identify as a woman. So
But you don't know that until I tell you.
okay, but that's your choice. I don't need to know what everyone identifies as.
So why does it
I
matter what
still think
bathroom we
that
all are in?
what?
So why does it matter?
Why does
Like,
it matter
then it don't matter
that
what.
you didn't understand like the whole safety aspect of it? Like,
No, I understand the safety aspect of it. No, that's
okay,
very
so
true.
having bathrooms labeled as one thing versus the other is like I think that's okay. Like I see a sign that says or whatever has a little woman on it, right?
Mhm.
I'm going in there thinking, okay, everyone in here is identifying with the same thing as me.
Also,
If I see one
it's
that
just a
says man,
comfort
it's like,
thing. No matter if
you
it's
know what I'm
true,
saying?
right or wrong, or true or false, it just makes you feel better.
Safer.
No, it's like, well, yeah, safer, yeah,
So if you
absolutely.
walk
Like
into the women's bathroom and you see me in there washing my hands,
I'm assuming you identify as a woman.
hell no. You are not going to assume that off the bat. You're going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck are you doing in here?
You're probably gonna think you're in the wrong restroom.
Exactly.
Or regardless, if you're not bothering anyone, that's fine.
That's my whole point.
No, but I'm saying
I
like
think-
creating
okay,
a space. Like if you're
I
like,
think-
okay, so let's say I'm creating a
Ask this
space.
question first.
Yeah, we should have. But let's say I'm creating a space for Black people, right? And allies, whatever, people who identify as. You go into that space and you see other people that might not just be Black people. You're assuming like you're here with good intention, like you're also, or you identify as Black, right?
I wouldn't. I'm like, is this a Black ally girl? You Black?
Why? I mean, they don't have. No, but I'm saying they could be an ally. So like,
I don't assume shit of anybody ever.
No, that's not the same correlation. That's the same
how's it
correlation.
not? No, I'm saying you're creating a space. Like if I created this space just for anyone to come to, you see everyone, you're like, all right, I'm cool with it. But
Right.
if I create a space
For
specifically,
Black people,
yes,
and somebody in there who looks white to you, you ain't gonna question it.
no,
I
you
can-
assume they're an ally or like they
hell
No, but this
understand
ain't
or
for Black people
comfortable. You
and
still feel
allies.
comfortable.
This is not a restroom for women
I
and women
said
allies.
a group for Black people and allies. I said
Well,
that.
no,
Right,
but
but that's not a
that correlation
bathroom.
isn't the same.
How is it not?
You can't have
Okay.
like women's bathroom, men's bathroom. Then they have like a Black and allies group and like a white and allies group. It gotta be Black and white, men and women. So if you walk
No, but
into a Black space,
no, because you were questioning why I would be okay with someone like Cameron who says they are transitioning in the bathroom. I'm not going to just like assume that they're not if that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
This would be a good
male
social experiment.
appearing.
he's male
I
appearance.
think.
Right.
So would it be that low? Is it because that if they are in the women's bathroom and they are transitioning, they don't have the reason you will feel safe is you believe that by them even having that identity, they're less prone to commit sexual violence against women rather than if they were
No,
like
I'm just saying
men.
like it's
Oh,
a I'm just saying like this is a space for women, people who identify as women.
Gotcha.
Period.
Gotcha. Okay.
I feel like we should do a social experiment with that because
And y'all just got through talking about
I
how
think there
nasty
is.
women's restrooms are. Like, why would y'all even want to be
Yo.
in there with us?
it's not
We
about
don't.
that.
We don't identify as
Peep,
women.
peep this though. I did remember though. In college, they did that to experiment, and one of the buildings I was living was one of them. And they made usually they divided by floors, like second floor would be for women, and then third floor and stuff like that. And they were like all the restrooms are like what do you call it?
Co-ed.
Yeah, co-ed. And there were some instances where like I remember a girl was like taking a shower, and apparently there was somebody trying to record her take a shower, stuff like that. And it wasn't a girl that was recording her take a shower. So it's like they ended it quick. After one quarter, they were like, "Yep, y'all need to have your own restroom." So it's like, I don't know. It's like
But let's
that's
not
why I'm
neglect the fact that women are capable of doing the same thing.
yeah,
Absolutely, they are.
They are capable for sure.
Because
But
initially in the conversation, it was that men shouldn't be allowed in that space. When you sounding like you're making men the predators, and like women aren't capable of being
She
predators
said
as
she
well.
wasn't
I'm
making
not.
me a predator.
No, I'm comfortable with saying
she
that
did.
women, more often than not, are attacked in those sorts of way by men more than they are women. I'm not saying women aren't capable of
That's
doing
just
those
what
things.
you
They
know.
can record them. They can rape. I mean, often like men can be raped by men and women. Women can be raped by men and women as well. I agree with that. But
That's just what you know, because a lot of men don't report it.
I know that. I'm saying, like, I agree that men can be assaulted by women the same way, especially younger men. My point is why I just don't see a pathway for men and women to be in the bathroom together, one. But two, it's like, what's purpose does it serve? And you had the argument that it normalizes things that happen in the bathroom, but like going to the bath.
It normalizes the human body as the human body. Like Rashad was saying, not making everything so sexual, making breast just breast, a vessel to feed your child, a vessel that is just something.
But our
that
bodies aren't the same. We have different needs in the bathroom.
And that's fine. And that's perfectly fine. Because men have different needs in the bathroom that women don't have either.
That's what I'm saying. We have different needs.
But it doesn't. If I'm in my stall in the safety of my walls, and I can do what I got to do for me, it should be fine. You know
but I also said that maybe if there's stalls for everything, it's like men's restrooms, you have urinals standing out there. Like it's just a whole different dynamic. Like you have your own.
You feel like it'll be okay if every unit was a stall.
Yeah, because you go in the stall and you lock the door. No one leaves the door wide open like, hey, watch me do my business.
Also, the urinals is the problem.
Just the whole space, like as long as people can go in, lock a door. Most bathrooms don't even have full doors. It's open. Someone can get in, someone can get over, record you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the privacy. Like people need privacy. Like, and so with bathrooms, the way that I know bathrooms and the way they are now, it's not private and it's not safe. They're open. So I feel more safe as a woman being around other women. Yes, other women can violate me or violate other women around me, but the odds are that I could defend myself from another woman and feel safe around other women is a lot higher than I could defend myself around men. I'm not carrying mace to the bathroom. I might have it on me, but I'm not like gonna have it out. I'm just trying to use the bathroom.
I'm like, mace is the first place I'm carrying to the bathroom.
See, why would you need it in the bathroom?
I'm like, if you got it, you need it for a whole bunch of things.
Like, well, who are you trying to protect yourself from?
I'm like, I'm taking it anywhere where my penis is going to be out. So I would think if my vagina is going to be out, I would.
So you don't feel safe when your penis is out?
I'm like, in our society that we live in, I'm like, if my penis is going to be out anywhere,
so
I'm going to take my mace with me. Like, if I'm peeing in the corner, I'm going to take my mace. Like, my penis is out, my pants is around my legs. I can't do much but mace somebody.
Exactly. So my point is, if you feel compromised.
If it's a woman, a man, a child, I'm macing.
Okay, so why should we be in the bathroom together?
I'm not saying that the bathroom, the specific person in there, I'm like, it's another person that could potentially get me, no matter where I'm using the bathroom at, no matter where I am. Like, my penis is out.
So we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, because we're just going to keep going in circles. But I think they should be separate, and that's that on that.
And also what I would say, like, the perfect bathrooms I see is like where, the little sinks and stuff is like on the outside, and they got these different like stalls. Y'all seen those bathrooms? Like,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's kind of like an open type space. Those are like my favorite type of bathroom. Like, we all just go, you next, girl, you go in here, you next, and we all come out and wash our hands together. This is the type of bathroom, because they don't let people dictate like we have to like, you know, if you trans, if you a woman, if you're a man, it's just like you just go into the bathroom till you handle your business and come back out. Because I don't think that people should have to make a choice and let people know like what they're going through by going to the bathroom. That's what I would say.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining Next Topic Podcast.
I am pissed. Click.
So during this episode, we have played the game of Debatable. And as you can see, it can get quite interesting and quite heated. So let us know based on like some of the topics, some of the questions on who you agree with or who you don't agree with, or, you know, what your opinion is. So Lauren, tell us where they can follow us at.
I don't have no words.
You can follow us on Instagram,
so
Twitter, Apple
gang it up
Podcasts.
on me, goddammit.
We
Follow
did
us
not
on
gang
Instagram,
up on
Twitter,
all
Apple Podcasts,
predators.
Facebook. I didn't call you all predators. Okay, let me clear that up before. No. Let me clear it up before we get off here. You all are not predators, but I'm just speaking from my own personal experience and my level of comfort around men I don't know. That's where I'm coming from. I don't always feel safe in that regard around men I don't know. So when I'm being vulnerable and using the bathroom, and like you said, Rochelle, I got my pants down, can't really defend myself, I'd rather be around some other women. I think I can beat a bitch ass, but not a man. So with that said, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like, subscribe, click that link. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. You can follow me on Instagram at Cool Keys if you still like to. You're not too upset with what I said.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at shots_space. That's SHADS_SPACE.
You can follow me on all media platforms at Clicks by Cam. That's KLICKSBYKAM.
And you can follow me on Insta and Twitter at Abby Russ, ABIIRUSS.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah, lucky forgot.
So like, comment,
toodaloo.
subscribe, and toodaloo.